Before we begin, I want to warn you. This story involves real crime, disturbing themes, and implied violence. There will be no graphic images. But some viewers may find this content unsettling. Viewer discretion is advised. Imagine opening your parents' refrigerator and finding pieces of them inside, not metaphorically, not figuratively, literally. This is the true story of the Icebox Murders, a case so disturbing, so calculated that even seasoned detectives struggled to understand what they were seeing, and the person most likely responsible vanished without a trace.
Houston, Texas. June 23, 1965. At the time, Houston was growing fast. Oil money, new suburbs, quiet middle-class neighborhoods. One of those neighborhoods was Westbury, where Fred and Edwina Rogers had lived for years.
Fred Rogers was 81 years old, a retired businessman. His wife, Edwina, was 79. Quiet, private, rarely seen alone. They lived a modest life, but there was something unusual about the house. Their adult son still lived with them.
Charles Rogers was 43 years old, highly intelligent, a former geophysicist. At one point, he worked on classified projects, oil surveys, seismic research, but by the mid-1960s, his life was unraveling.
Charles had lost his job. He believed powerful people were sabotaging his career. Friends described him as paranoid, suspicious, obsessed with conspiracies. He kept notebooks filled with grudges. And his parents? They were at the center of his anger.
Neighbors rarely saw Fred or Edwina leave the house. Charles controlled most communication. There were frequent arguments, loud enough to be heard outside. This wasn't a loving household. It was a pressure cooker. On June 23rd, a family friend grew concerned and went to the house. When the door opened, the smell hit first. Something was very wrong. Police were called immediately.
Police opened the refrigerator. Inside were the dismembered remains of Fred and Edwina Rogers, carefully wrapped, cleanly cut. This wasn't panic. This was precision.
There were no signs of forced entry, no robbery. The house had been cleaned. The murders likely happened weeks earlier. Whoever did this was comfortable inside the home. One person was missing: Charles Rogers. His car was gone. His belongings were gone. But strangely, some of his personal items were still inside the house. Investigators found something strange: bloodstains leading up the staircase. The theory? Fred and Edwina were killed upstairs, then dismembered in the bathroom. This was not a quick crime.
There was blood that did not match the parents. Investigators believe Charles may have been injured during the killings and still escaped.
Charles Rogers was never seen again. Some believe he fled the country. Others think he died shortly after. There were rumors, unconfirmed sightings in Central America, but no proof, no body, nothing.
Without Charles, police had no suspect they could arrest. Forensics in 1965 were limited. Evidence was contaminated. The case slowly went cold.
The Rogers house became infamous. Eventually, it was demolished, but the story remained. The refrigerator became a symbol of calculated horror.
If Charles Rogers didn't commit the murders, then who lived with his parents' bodies, cleaned the house, and disappeared forever? If stories like this disturb you, fascinate you, and make you question what people are capable of, then subscribe to Unmasked Reality. Like this video. And if you think you know what really happened here, leave your theory in the comments. I will see you in the next video.